And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, so in the right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Here we go. Now, for those that are unaware, for those who maybe haven't been tuning into much StarCraft over the past month, over the past 2 months, Reynor, he is in South Korea. He's been there for quite some time. He went there, I want to say the week before RSL. Was it the week before Revival StarCraft League? But Reynor has been there for quite some time, and the plan, of course, is for Reynor to be there for what? For the upcoming RSL offline event in South Korea. For those who don't know, in December 13th, I think it's next week. No, sorry, this weekend. True, this weekend. This weekend, we have a major offline event happening. It is the Revival StarCraft League offline tournament, and there are open qualifiers at the venue. What that means is if you want to play and compete, the qualifier, the day one is open, but only the players that are actually there in South Korea. So Reynor, he did decide to go to Korea in the lead up to that to be a part of that offline event. So Reynor, he'll be competing. Not just that, but because it's in Korea, he's in a better time slot for competing in some of these tournaments. So Reynor has been very active in online tournaments since then. That's why we've seen Reynor on a regular basis when it comes to the WardiTV Mondays and other online tournaments. Basically, it means that Reynor being a degen means that he can actually play in South Korea. It's like, este Reynor. So again, it's been great to see more Reynor in these Open Cups. Has been struggling is what I will say. Funnily enough, ZvZ has been a bit of a rougher matchup for Reynor. We've been seeing Shin. Like, Shin has, like, out of nowhere, if you're watching RSL and these Open Cups, Shin has kind of risen up as someone that has become a bit of a thorn in Reynor's side as of late. Shin, he just went down to Clem previously in this tournament, so there's no Shin versus Reynor rematch this time, but Shin has had a bit of a better record in recent weeks over Reynor. And Solar, at a time, at one point not too long ago, he had the best ZvZ in the world. If you remember, there was a period in time, I think it was in 2023, when Solar was dubbed the Serral Slayer. As Solar, he was on a very regular basis just beating Serral time and time again. Again, like for that period back a couple of years ago, Solar had the best ZvZ in the world. So he's a beast in his own right. But let's go. I'm here for it. Both players playing from Korea. Minimal ping. So far, opening up hatch gas pool. Balin is on the way for both players as well. No one is cutting corners. So far, mirrored builds, except for the fact that Solar is expanding linearly and Reynor is expanding aggressively. Reynor does expand towards Solar. Solar expands away from Reynor. So we have a slight difference when it comes to expansions. Outside of that, so far we're just droning, getting into Ling Bane. Ooh, early Roach Warren. Okay, Reynor does throw down the early Warren. With this, he can be more active. For now, we're still droning. Still saturating. Doesn't hide the Roach Warren, true, bear that in mind. Does not hide it. We have a much later Warren here for Solar. So there is an earlier window available for Reynor if he so chooses to take it. Reynor dips in. Solar, his Balings are a little bit later though. Now waddling in. Solar, he does save his third. Saves his third base, zones away. We do have a massive wave of Lings coming at you from Reynor. No, sorry, from Solar. He's got 25 Lings, let's go. So here comes Solar's counterattack. He was forced to make all these Lings. And can he find damage? No defensive Balings? Oh god, that should not have happened. Yeah, 0 Balings already. Reynor caught with his pants down. Lings, they flood in towards the natural. They can catch the roaches. They can or they will. Yeah, Roach gets surrounded. Queen gets surrounded as well. This should not have happened. Ay, ay, ay. No! The manual damnation. Reynor. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. And these things, they trade well. They trade well. They killed a Queen. They killed a Roach. Another Queen goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Reynor, too much time in the rift, Pappy. Too much. Like so Solar trading well. Behind this, he does have a lower drone count. Now he's building up his roaches. Solar is building up his roaches intentionally so. Solar cutting workers at 39. More roaches are amassing. And Solar, he's not droning. He is not droning up whatsoever here. He's undersaturated at his natural, undersaturated at his third base. We do see that Reynor, he has droned himself. Reynor has been greedy, and Solo's going for essentially a 2-base all-in. So 2-base all-in, technically under a 2-base all-in as well. Like under 2-base saturation. More roaches are amassing, more lings are on the way. And Reynor, no, he's still droning. No, 2 more drones. 2 more drones. We need to stop. Calm down, Pappy, calm down. We need to stop droning. Does spot some roaches. Okay. 9 roaches on the way, so Reynor looks like he has recognized that something is wrong. That something is amiss. So Reynor is making roaches, but will he make them in time? Solo does have that army supply lead. Reynor, he will scout, he will check under saturation. Now he knows. And now he confirms. But again, is it too late? Solo, he's coming. Spine coolers are on the way for Reynor. Hitting his spine is nice concave, so Reynor, he has a better concave. Upgrades are a non-factor. Lings are trickling in. We do have a couple of A-lings, and they will zone away. They zone, but no major connections here. No major connections. Lings, they flood on forward, and Solar, he has done it. He breaks through Reynor. GG gets called, and Solar, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Solar takes the lead. Again, Solar, he committed into a quote-unquote 2-base all-in, cutting workers early at 39. Reynor, he did drone up a little bit too heavily. Not just that, we had a really shaky early game there. Reynor had a really shaky early game. Reynor, he applied a lot of pressure with his Ling Bane. He applied pressure at the third base, but his Banelings were very late. He had the nest, but he chose not to morph in Banelings, and because he had no Banelings early to defend, he lost 2 queens, he lost a roach, he lost a lot of lings as well, and he even manually detonated his Banelings by accident. So really shaky early game there at a Reynor. GG well played. It did unfortunately put Reynor in a position where he felt the need to drone because he did fall behind early. So he had a really shaky early game, so he felt the need to drone up to recover, but in the process of droning, he was vulnerable to an all-in, and that's what occurred. Is what occurred. GG well played. With that, we're loading into Celestial Enclave, loading into game 2. And we'll see if we get another fast one. This is a very unique map and can lead to some more greedy play. We'll get into it. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Celestial Enclave, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Team Falcons, leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Blue Zerg player. The Blue Zerg player himself representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. We go. As we are loading into game number 2 here, and welcome one all to Celestial Enclave. Celestial Enclave has a pocket base. It is a very unique map here. It has a pocket expansion available to you. A long rush distance by ground, very defendable on 3 bases. Because of that, we could see some gasless openers. It is not uncommon to play gasless. And what does gasless mean here in ZvZ? You can delay your gases, get faster queens, drone up a little bit harder, and wall off your ramp. Now, on this map, if you wall off the ramp early on and play into 2-base Roach, then you get a free 3rd expansion, take your gases, and then suddenly 2-base Muta is available to you. So you do have access to Muta play or Roach play. You can see here, Solar, no gas, no gases. So he is going for a gasless opener. And again, this is viable specifically on this map because of the ramp and because of the pocket base as well. So basically, Solar, he's cutting corners with this build. No Ling speed. No Ling speed is going to be available, so no rush into Ling speed. Instead, he has to defend with purely queens, slow Lings, and a wall off with roaches. Roaches, they come in later. Meanwhile, standard player to Reynor. Oh, does open up standard. So when it comes to our openers here, I do favor Solar unless Reynor can punish. It is not easy. There's a reason why Solar's cutting corners, because it is easier to get away with this on Celestial Enclave. It is harder to punish a greedy Zerg player on this map, so the pressure is on Reynor. just purely because of the builds. Purely because of the builds here. So the pressure is on. You can see Reynor, he pulls out of gas. He pulls out of gas. He's a little bit more aware of what's happening. You can see Solar getting a third base before any gas geyser. Again, hyper greed out of Solar, even before walling off. Usually you'd wall off first with like an Evo chamber and a Roach Warren. But before any of that, he just expands. Solar, he saw the hatch timing, so he knows it was a standard build. And Reynor rushing into his own third. So it feels like Reynor is playing catch-up. He's playing catch-up. He's going to try to beat Solar in a game of greed, but playing from behind. And Reynor should skip link speed. He should skip link speed here. It'll be a waste. It's better to hold on to it and get into upgrades, get into your Roach play. Gases are just now being taken for Solar. Now from here, Solar has options. He can either go straight Muta. He just goes straight Lair, straight into Spire, straight into Muta play, or with like a fake Roach Warren and a fake out. Or he can just go straight Roaches. He can just go straight Roaches and commit hard into Roach play. Regardless, he should get a Roach Warren. There we go, Roach Warren's on the way. Nice drone scout. But whether this is a Roach Warren for show or whether it's real and we're going to commit into it, yet to be determined. Ooh, that's a big tell. Okay, link speed is being researched. If you recall, I mentioned something. I said that Reynor should skip link speed, and he did, right? Like, link speed is a non-factor here. Based on the opener, based on the build, speed link should not be a factor. It should not be a consideration, but that is why it is an option, if that makes any sense. Like, because it's so common, if you open up gasless, you're skipping link speed and you're either going mutas or roaches. That is the normal thing to do, which means technically you can try to catch your opponent off guard by going for a massive link flood all in, and your opponent won't really see it coming. Reynor has no baneliness, and he shouldn't, because he's not expecting links. So Solar's all in. Solar, he's going for a link roach all in. You can see no lair. No lair, no extra gases. He's not playing Muta, he's not playing Roaches, he's just going for one massive all-in. And the problem is that Reynor, he's locked in a mindset of catching up economically. He's droning. And because remember what we said, like Reynor, he's playing economically from behind, and he's trying to play catch-up, and he believes that Solar is also being greedy, but he's not. The drone scout. He comes in with the drone scout. He does not get into the mineral. Oh, does he? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get into the mineral line. He does see the lack of lair, though. And here comes the all-in. Here comes the all-in. Look at the workers. Reynor, he's on 55 drones. He's now throwing down spine crawlers. He evacuates his third base. He's heavily droned up. And Solar, he's just all in, baby. Yay. Under saturation in the main base. Under saturation at the third. The all-in has arrived. It's gonna be a tough hold for Reynor. Ah, no. He can pull the boys. He's got plenty of boys to pull. And this was just mind game city. Like, there was so many mind games in this. Like, so much strategic play came into this game from Solar. All the mind games, Fappy. With that, the boys are being pulled, the drones are going down, and Solar just snowballs out of control. He snowballs out of control from here. He just baited Reynor into droning. Made it look like he was being greedy. He was being anything but. And with that, this is critical damage. 23 drone kills. We're still rallying across the map as well. The roaches are being cleaned up. Kind of. Oh no, the lings. Zerglings, they trickle in. We have more lings on the way. Surrounds the roaches. Surrounds the roaches, locks them down. And fun fact, Solar has a higher drone count. He's dealt enough damage where Solar technically has the greater economy. So if Solar wanted to, he could just drone. And he is. There we go. Solar, he has dealt critical damage. He has not killed Reynor, but he's crippled him. Like, Reynor, he's on the ground, he's on the floor. And Solar, he just drones. He's like, okay. Like, we're done. We're good. Now we can drone up. Now we can get a lair. Now we can get a +1. Now we can work on upgrades. Third base will fall. And Reynor's in a rough position here. And again, Soul just working on just using expectations against Reynor. He subverted the expectations, baby. True. Where Reynor was feeling so pressured to just drone and catch up. He wasn't catching up to anything. Solo wasn't droning. Wasn't droning. When behind, Aspire. Okay, let's go. So Reynor, he's forced into 2-base Muta, forced into Muta play. Going for the Spire. Fun fact, Solar also going for the Spire as well, except Solar has a better economy. Solar, he has better saturation, better mining. Mining more for longer. Overseer scat into the main base. Solar, he confirms the Spire of his opponent. Solar, he knows. Sees the Spire, sees the lack of third, or how late the third base is. Now we're in a really weird game state. So Reynor, he knows who got scattered, right? Reynor, he knows. So here, he might even just cancel the Spire. He might just cancel the Spire and go for a 2-base Roach all in. That would make sense. We have +2 range on the way. We have Roach speed on the way. Roach production for Reynor. Clearly the Muta play is not going to work. It's just such a... I mean, like, what can he do? Like, doesn't have many options. Yo, let's go. We got 2 Mutas, so 2 Mutas are on the way. That's going to be enough to zone away the Overlords at least. And Reynor's doubling down the Roach Ravager, but Solar, he's already pushing in. Jesus. Doesn't even give a Reynor any time. Yeah, Roaches, they just push on forward. Better trade here for Solar. Bearing in mind, Solar has a better economy. So he's just out trading Reynor here. As Lings, they flood into the bases. They peel off into the mineral lines. GG gets called, and Solar will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, and congratulations to Solar as it does claim the series, does knock Reynor out of the tournament. Again, a hyper-aggressive series out of Solar. Game 1, he went for a 2-base all-in. Game 2, also went for a 2-base all-in. It was non-stop 2-base all-ins, but that's very reductive. Like, the reality is we saw a lot of mind games come into play. Game 1, for example, we saw that Reynor was the aggressor initially. Reynor, he was the aggressor. He applied pressure. He forced a counterattack at a Solar, and it was Reynor who was lacking Banelings. It was Reynor who wasn't ready for the counterattack, and he got punished for it. He got punished. He lost his queens, he lost his roaches. He fell behind, and that's what we did mention, that Reynor felt pressured to drone up to recover after a rougher early game. And as he was droning, Solar wasn't, and Solar, he just committed into a 2-base all-in and just took it from there. Game 2, we saw a lot of mind games come into play. We spoke about it. We spoke about how Solar's build, it's very common to go gasless, to go into either Mutas or Roaches and build up into a greater economy, specifically on Celestial Enclave. And Reynor, he was expecting that. That's why he skipped Link Speed. That's why he skipped Banelings, because Reynor was droning up as hard as possible to play catch-up because his opponent had a more economic start. But Solar was using that meta against Reynor. He was kind of metagaming Reynor, essentially, where the metagame on Celestial Enclave is to be greedy. So he knew that Reynor would be greedy and responded with an all-in instead. So in game 2, Reynor, he got metagames, and with that, GG. GG well played. Again, a lot of I would say, like, strategic play coming into the builds and decision making out of Solar. I feel like that's expressed quite a bit in ZvZ. GG. GG, well played. With that, we now have our grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 finals here between Solar and Clem. Let's go.